In previous session, I had given a sample of project work. I hope you have gone through it. And today I will just explain two options of the main project what I have provided. So that is adding and displaying, adding the data into a database and displaying, and also how to display it in through menu. So how to create the menu and how to run each options and display the result. So here Python works as a front-end tool and MySQL works as back-end tool, right? So I am going to create a project where I need employee number, employee name, department, and salary as entries. So I will need to store this by mm, MySQL database. So I need to store it in MySQL database. So I can create a database if I'm not changing the structure again and again. I can create it from MySQL directly, or I can do creation through Python codes. Okay, so what we'll do is first we'll create a database through MySQL. We'll come back to the program and see. Okay, so I need to create a database name. So I'll just create a database. I'll give name as company. So after creating a database, I need to create a table. So before I go to table, I need to open the database, right? So I'll write use company. So I can enter the database. So now I need to create a table. So write create table. So name of the table is EMP. So I need employee number. So I'll take it as ENO. So it is of integer type. I can specify the size or without size. The default size will be taken. The second one is employee name. I can take it as an e name. E name I'll take it as a character with some size. Then tech department with some size. Character I'll take it as a character. Then I need salary. Salary I can take it either float or integer. Now I'll take it as simple. That is integer. Can give a size here or default size will be taken. So after that I close the bracket and press semicolon. So it will create a table. So table is created now. Now I don't have any work with the MySQL. I'll just minimize it and keep it. Okay. So the entries to the table and data will be stored in the table. And again, getting the data from the table, everything will be done from Python. So how to do that? That we'll see here. Okay. First, here import mysql.connector. This is important part. I need to establish connection. So before that, I need to import the features of MySQL connector in. So import mysql.connector. I can just write it with short. That is, I can take as mycon any name. So that if I'm using, so I can use this short form in the other part where I'm referring this MySQL connector. Otherwise, I need to write connector again and again. Okay. So here we have taken my con. Okay, now I need to establish a connection. So I am taking an object cn equal to mycon. Mycon is nothing but the short form used here. Dot connect. So I need to pass three things, that is host, user, and password. In addition to that, I can add a database. Okay, host is localhost always. That is, I'm executing this in a standalone machine. So user will be root, the default user in MySQL, and password will be in our system. We are not given password, so it can be left empty. If we have given password during installation of MySQL, then you need to give the password. Then I'm going to use a database called company that I have, which I have created just now. So I need to specify the database here. Then the connection is this for connection. Then I need to create a cursor. So through that any SQL command will be executed. So I need to create a cursor. That is, I take variable cur equal to cn. Cn is nothing but the object name used for the connection. Connection dot cursor. cn.cursor. It will create a cursor and it is named as cur. Okay. So next lines, there is a function called add emp, and there is a function called show all, and uh, there is something written outside the function. So this will be for menu. Okay. So if we can just run and see the first thing how it will work. Okay. So as soon as I click run, I'll get the menu. So this is what we have created from here. So here 1 and 2 options are there. 2 for adding a new employee, 1 for showing employee list. So I'll run the program first, then we'll come back to the explanation part. So I'll just write 2 first for adding a new employee data. So I'll give employee number, give name, then department, I'll give computer, salary, I will give some salary. Okay. So now one record is entered. After that I will get the same menu again. So this is how you can get the menu again and again using some technique. I'll come back to that. So once it is entered, now I want to display. So what I will do, I will go to option 1. So I can see that what I have entered 101 Ajay, a computer 45,000. So if I want to add one more student data, I can write 2. So I'll give some other number. So department mechanical. So some salary. Okay. So again it is entered. Now I want to display, so I will go to 1. So I can see both the records together here, right? So 0 for exit. It closes it, displays a buy message and closes out, comes out of the loop. Okay. Now first let us see how to create this menu first. Then we'll have to add a record sound. Then we'll see how to display that. So how to add the menu? See this part. This is for menu, right? So as soon as you run the program, the program control comes here. After establishing, it goes to def. So nothing is executed here because the function needs a call, so it is not called here. Then again control will come to this, and again this part will not be executed since there is no call for this. Then it comes here, that is the main portion of the program. So this is written outside the function, so this will be executed. While true means you want anything infinite times to repeat, so you can write like this. While true means always executes one, always one. So while one or while true, that means it is an infinite loop. So whatever you write under this will be running again and again until you break. Some statement has to be written for breaking. We'll see that. So here we wrote option 1 for showing employee, this is for display. Option 2 for adding new employee. 0 for exit. So this is just for display. Then we are asking the user enter your choice. So user will be entering the choice that will be stored as ANS. If ANS equal to 1, that means when the user enters option 1, it you are calling the function show all. That means you are calling the function show all here. So show all function will be executed. If the user enters option 2, then add emp function will be called. And if it is 0, then buy message will be displayed and connection cn.close, that is to close the connection. What is created here, you need to close it. Then there is break statement is written. So when break comes, it will breaks out of the loop. Otherwise, you get the same menu again. Okay, this is how the menu is created. You can go on adding other options to the same menu. Clear? Now we'll see how addition is done. First, addition of the element is done in the function. So for example, if you press option 2, then it goes to add emp. In add emp function, what is written, let us see. First we wrote global cn and cur. So cn and cur is defined outside the function in the beginning. Now global means its scope, we are making it as a global so that any changes made to this will be reflected to other functions also. That's why we are using global cn and cur. Next, we display the display on print statement for making it making look attractive while displaying. Then we are asking the user to enter employee number, enter employee name, enter department, enter salary. So these four things are entered by the user. So these user enter data should go to the table now. So we know that how to enter data into a table, that is using insert command, right? So we use insert into table name values and followed by all the values normally. If you are directly typing roll number 1, name Ajay, all these you can write directly here and close it and done. That is what method we use to do it in MySQL. Now little more change here, that is you can directly execute this command using cur.execute and type the insert command, or you can store it in a variable then execute. So here we store it in a variable called query. So the query has to be written like this: insert into table name, that is emp values. You see that how it is written. Now I need to write this employee number. Employee number is eno. You see that before and after we have used plus symbol and then the string open and close, or I can convert it into str. So everything we are passing in a string. Either you write str or you can use single inverted comma, single inverted comma. Within in single inverted comma you can have a double inverted comma plus, and within that you use a variable. So this, just remember this method. So variable has to be enclosed by plus in both the sides, then the strings and then single. So this is for one variable. Similarly second, third, all the variables you do it like either you convert it to string, or if you're not converting it, put it like this within single quotes. Okay, so everything is done, then close it. So this is actually the query. So this query has to be executed now. So here employee number is entered by the user, employee name, department and everything is entered by the user. So it has to be passed through here. So cursor.execute query. So query is nothing but this command. So that is executed here. So once it is executed, the data will go to the MySQL table, and then you need to save it. So how do you save? Connection.commit function is to save the SQL commands. Okay, so then we are just writing a print statement for displaying it successfully. So this is how the addition of the element is done. Okay, so user will, when program runs, first it shows the menu, then the user chooses the option. Depending upon the job option, it goes to the corresponding function. If the option is 2, then it goes to add emp function. So there user enters the employee name, employee number, department and salary. Those salary details or other details are sent to the table through a query. So query has to be written in this manner along with some changes I told you. Then to execute this query, you need to write cur.cursor.execute function, then pass the query. So it will be executed. Then you need to save it and display any message if you, whatever you want. Okay, this is how addition of the function works. Addition function works. So if you want to check it once, you can check it now. Run the program. So option 2 for adding now. So it will ask you the employee number. I'll give some employee number, employee name, then department, accounts, then salary. Okay, this what I entered. So this will be the user entered data as per our program. As per our program, so we are entering employee number, that will be taken as ENO, ENS. So these things is what are entered. It is passed to the MySQL table. So now we can check that in our MySQL table also. We can just select star from table name. So we are already in the database. Just write this command. So you can see that previously I had entered two data. So along with that, now new data what I entered is displayed there. So this has gone to the database. Now if you want to show that here, I can go to press option 1. So I can see these three data what I stored in my SQL as displayed here. Clear? So this is how addition function works. Similarly, show all function. So in this, same as previously, we are making it as a global, these variables, connection and cursor. So a query for displaying from the employee table is select star from EMP, correct? So this command has to be executed. So cur.execute, write that query. So this command will be executed, but whatever is executed directly don't display in Python. So you need to do something, that is you need to fetch those data and display it in a result set. It is something called a result set. So to display that, we need to write cursor dot fetch all function. Fetch all function is to fetch the records based on the query. So it fetches and stores in a result set called results. So results will store the data. So along with that, I need to display that how many records are there. So I need to take one variable called count. Okay, so I'm initializing it as count 0. Now I want to display one by one record what is stored. So what I should do is for take a variable row in results. Results is nothing but the result set. From the result set, I want to display one by one. So I can take using a for loop with any variable. So here I took row. So if I write print row, it will display the first record first time. Then again loop continues. Then it will display second record, then third record, like that it goes. So along with that, I need to keep count also. So I'm adding the count value by 1. So it adds it by 1. So after completion, then I'm just displaying the total number of records. So when here what is done, we are written a query for display. That query is executed through execute command. Then those results will be fetched through fetch all function and stored as a result set. Then that result set values are displayed through for loop. This is how display is done. Okay, in this program we have established a connection in the beginning. Then we wrote a separate function for adding and displaying, and we created a menu. So always the menu will be executed first because it is in the main part of the program, that is written outside the function. So here while true is used for infinite loop, so first it displays the options, then user, as per user entered option, it goes to the particular function. In the add function, we entered employee number, name, and these things through the user. Those records are passed here using insert function, insert command. So those commands are executed through execute function, then it is saved and displayed the message. And then show function, when you press, that is option 1 is chosen, show all function is executed. So here we wrote command select star from EMP for displaying. That command is executed here through execute function. Then the result is fetched and stored in a result set. So that is stored as results. So each time you want to display one by one row, then you can display that using the for loop. Okay, so here any variable will take that, it will fetch one by one record. So this is how the addition and the display option works in this. So the same logic is used in the sample project provided to you, and we'll see that other options like edit and modify. So you do any project, you need to do mainly addition, deletion, modification, and display. And in addition to that, you may do any other calculation work and other things. But main task is this. So this sample will help you for doing any kind of project work. So in addition to this addition and displaying, we'll see that modification, deletion, and other in other session. I hope you are clear. So here Python works as front end tool. MySQL will be the back end tool. You can create a table and database through Python codes also, but as we are not changing the structure of the database every time, we can create and keep it from MySQL table in the beginning. All the data entries and other operations will be done from Python program. So this is how a database connectivity program works. For helping this, I have already supplied the sample program to you, and also some programs for edition modification related examples. So you can go through that and try on your system if possible. So we'll see the other part of the project in coming session. I hope you understood this. Thank you.